Hello, hello to all my lock sisters, whether it's micro locks, sister locks, or traditional locks. Hello. This is Charmaine, and welcome to my channel, Locks and Knots. I am a marriage coach. I support couples in their relationship. And if you want to know more about that, please ask me. I'll be more than willing to tell you. Certified life coach with the International Coaching Federation. So I don't just do marriages, I do corporate coaching as well. So if anybody's looking for anything, please let me know. Let me tell you why it's called locks and knots. It's called locks and knots because in November of 2021, I got my sister lock install by two very wonderful mother and daughter team people. And they took me on when I was having a very negative experience with another lactation. And when they took me on and watched over me and babied me and helped me and talked to me until, I got to a point where, I wanted to do something different. And I'll tell you why I wanted to do something different. I've said it before. It's because I was experiencing thinning here and here. So like top back of my hair all the way to the front was thinning. It is thin. It's always been that way. Ever since I can remember, that's always been a section that had less hair than every other part of my head. And with the interlocking and the tension going across the scalp, or in the pulling, whatnot, I felt like my hair was in danger of, being bald. And I said, well, I got to do something about it. I got to be proactive. I don't want to wait, And so I talked to my old loctician about it, and she was pretty cool. She wanted to try new things. She was like, hey, whatever you want to do, let's do it. But she didn't really have this experience with knots. And while she was doing my hair, we started looking at videos about locks, about knotted locks, and and thinking about the possibility of it. And the more I thought about it, the more I just felt like, oh man, this sounds like something I want to do. And even though my loctician was willing to work with me, she really didn't have the experience in knotted locks to really take me on that journey. So, as the Lord would have it, there was a scheduling conflict, and my normal loctician couldn't see me. And so I had already had G's number as a backup in case I needed her. Never used her, but I already had it. And so with my normal loctician, we had that scheduling conflict. I called up G. I said, hey, G, I need somebody to do my hair. And she did it one time, and it was so nice that my husband even noticed it. And, he thought that she had done a much better job than my former loctician. And so I prayed about it, and I made the decision to go with G. Now, G instinctively started putting knots in my hair. I don't even think I discussed it with her. She just instinctively saw some areas that were very, very weak and needed some TLC. And she started putting knots in my hair. So this is why this channel is called Locks and Knots. And listen, please subscribe. Oh, it's so dim in here. Please subscribe and like it and share it. Listen, I don't want to down anybody. I don't want to down anybody's journey. It's not my thing. I'm not interested in that. I just believe that when it comes to your hair, your body, your life, that you have to be woke. You have to be woke, and you have to be a willing participant in whatever takes place in your life. I'm going to tell you a little story. My mom was diagnosed in 1996 with breast cancer. And she hung on every word of this doctor. She was fighting for her life. So, I don't blame her at all. But she hung on every word that he said, and she was convinced that he could save her. And she didn't think about trying anything else or seeing anybody else. She just stuck with this man, and everybody's journey is different when you're facing these kind of life challenges, you know. And so, you know, as the Lord would have it, she passed away in July of '97. And so, you know, I don't know. I just feel like we got to be more outspoken, women, and especially. We got to be more outspoken about how we're treated, who treats us in terms of the medical profession. I did a video about having a having to have a biopsy, a cervical biopsy, and having to have one like several times every time I bled because I was past the age of bleeding. So every time I would bleed, I had this very conscientious gynecologist who said every time you bleed, you're going to have and unless you get a hysterectomy, you're going to have a ultrasound, then a transvaginal ultrasound, a topical ultrasound, transvaginal ultrasound. Then you're going to have a biopsy. Now, the biopsy, if anybody's ever had an endometrial biopsy, it can be a nightmare, but my doctor showed me how to do it, or how to take part in it, and without pain or without pills or without anything, without blood. And so I went to a new gynecologist. I was in another state, and I was telling her about what my old gynecologist had already told me. She didn't want to hear it. Anyway, look at the video. The long and the short of it is, I persuaded that woman to do what I thought should be done to my body. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any blood. I was able to walk out of there and go back to doing what I thought I needed to do. And so this is no different than with your hair, you know? So let me switch gears for a second. I want to tell you some problems I'm noticing, not as a result of knots. I'm noticing this as a result of manipulation. I'm doing too much manipulation. You see all these wonderful videos about people, doing all these magnificent hairstyles and rolling it up. And I did a few too. But, that's good every once in a while, but you just got to be careful. And I think I put too much stress on this area. Let's see if I can show you. The last two rows here are kind of thin. Almost one looks like it's not going to last. It's not going to last the summer. But here, look at this one. It's the longest and it's the thinnest. But it's still in there. But anyway, when I wear my glasses, sometimes I'm not conscious and I'm ripping them past my ears, and sometimes I can hear my hair break. And so, manipulation. We got to be careful with manipulation. Try to find a style that you like and just kind of let it go. And, I guess the longer it is, the more opportunity you have. But, okay, let me talk about G, because I know that's what y'all really want to know. Y'all want to know, where's G? Where's G? Where's G? I'm trying to get her to come on. I'm trying to get her to come on. She's not ready yet. She's a very busy woman. She has she's a minister, so she's ministering all over the country. As a matter of fact, I think she's going to Florida next week. And she's just not available. And not just that, she said this is not something she's ready for right now. I got to respect that. Now, as far as giving out her telephone number and stuff like that, I'm going to talk to her tonight, and I'm going to ask her if it's okay if I post her information on the webpage, on the YouTube page, or maybe it would be better if you texted me your information and then I could just forward it to her, because she may not want her stuff out there like that on the World Wide Web. But anyway, you're going to talk to her. You're going to have a time with her. She's going to let me interview her. She's just not ready, and I got to respect that. So I'm having a retie, hopefully the week of the 28th. July 4th was 3 weeks for me. Then July 11th was 4 weeks, and at the fourth week, I went to Paris. As a matter of fact, I just got Paris. I just got back yesterday, and that's probably one of the reasons why I look so tired. Oh, let me tell you one thing I did before I went to Paris. I washed my hair. I washed my hair and didn't condition it. Worst mistake in the world. It was like straw. It was so dry and so lifeless. I was throwing stuff in it, and I couldn't do anything to get the life to come back to the hair. Every time I touched it, it felt like Brillo pad and dry, and my scalp is dry and itchy and So I finally oiled my scalp with something my sister gave me, which I have to put it in the notes because I don't remember what it is right now. But ever since then, my hair has been feeling like it should feel, like normal. Now, the mistake I made, I washed it and I didn't condition it. I don't know why. I don't even know why I did that. But it was a mistake. This hair has got to have conditioning, and so I didn't do it. But so that's that. Told you about G. Told you about the hair. Told you about like some problems I'm having, like a little thinning, and it could be thinning. Every once in a while I get a thin one in the back. I don't know, but so those are some of my issues, some of my concerns. Oh, I thought somebody was coming. Husband's working late tonight, but I, I'm loving this journey, guys. I'm just loving the journey, and thankful to God to be on it because I was having a lot of hair concerns, and so yeah, that's it for today. So listen, like and subscribe, and I will. In the meantime, be talking to Sister G, finding out if she's going to come on, or finding out if I can give out her number privately. That means you would have to contact me, or finding out if she wants me to get your number privately. That means you would have to contact me. And I'm very easy to get. You can go to my webpage, ashbyalive.com, and you can send me a message right through my webpage, and then we can talk there. And I'll leave that link in the chat. One of my precious sisters who reached out to me through comments told me that she is balding. She is losing hair. She does have spots. So everybody, let's just say a prayer for her that her hair comes back. Also, I want you to know that G makes her own oil for her hair, for my hair, and I really like it. So if you want to get some of that, please let me know. Maybe she can have it shipped to you. I don't know. We can work something out. But anyway, just reach out to me on my page. I'm going to leave the link in the description so that you'll be able to do that. And let's see if we can, and let's pray and see if we can get G on this channel, right? And talk about this journey. This is very exciting. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, I'm very tired. I flew in from Paris yesterday. Got home yesterday at 7 p.m. It was a 7-hour flight, and not bad at all. It was a very mild, what do you call it, turbulence because of the weather here on the East Coast. But I'm wiped out, I'm drained, I'm exhausted. Then I got a sinus infection while I was in Paris. And let me tell you something, while the temperatures were scorching and the humidity was just driving people crazy here on the East Coast, Paris was beautiful. Every day was like, I don't know, it's just beautiful. Like in the 70s, never went past 79. And like little sprinklings of rain. And if you want to hear about that trip, I'll let you know. I can talk about that too. It was phenomenal. I recommend anybody and everybody to go if you want to. Lot to do, a lot of fun things to be a part of. A lot of American history there, Black American history, African American history in Paris. An extraordinary amount with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Richard Wright and James Baldwin and Josephine Baker, and it's just so many. I can't even name them all, but it was just a really good time. If you decide to go to Paris, you want to go to a website called nomadics. Afro nomadics. And when you type in nomadics, you want to use a K. So it's Afro nomadics with a K. And the brother who gave us a tour, his name is Knight, Night, and he was very comprehensive and very explanatory, and it was a very easygoing tour. It was a combination of riding the metro and walking. We walked about 10,000 steps a day, so you got heavy walking shoes. So it was good. But that was just one day. Another day we went and made made perfume at Fragonard, a very old perfumery, olfactory, um, since 1830, I think, 1830. But that was exciting, learning all about perfumes and top notes, middle notes, bottom notes. So that was pretty cool. And so there was much, much more that we did that I could talk about in another video. But I know I've talked about a lot of things in this video. But listen, y'all stay blessed. You have a good day, evening, morning, rest of your life, okay? How about that? Have a good rest of your life. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.